I'm Dave Butfield. These days, fishing is so much more than just soaking your bait in the water. And you may have some questions like, where's the most productive area to go fishing for your target species? When's the best time to catch that species? And of course, what is the best bait to use? Throughout my travels both here in Australia and overseas, I've been very fortunate to wet a line for some pretty amazing species. From barramundi in India, giant kingfish in New Zealand, and monster bream on the south coast of New South Wales, just to name a few. In that time, I've learnt so many different ways to catch a fish, and now it's my aim to try to pass that information on to you.
Or I hook a small one, I'm hooked on fishing again.
On this week's show, I've travelled 40 kilometres north of Sydney to Pittwater. This body of water separates Sydney Harbour from the Central Coast, and with its vast web of moorings and sunken vessels, makes it the ideal playing ground for today's target species. Pittwater holds a wide range of different fish species, from bream, whiting, jewfish and even squid. But today, I'm wrestling one of the estuary's hardest fighting fish you'll ever come across, and probably broken more tackle than any other fish species. It's the mighty kingfish.
We're in beautiful Pittwater, as you mentioned, and we're going for kingfish. So we'll bring that in, mate. We'll just lift that up. Usually we'll have the net here, and there's our squid. I'll get him off. So as you can see here, this is our squid we'll use for the kingfish, and it's probably one of the most common baits used for this area to catch kings. And we've just got a little Daiwa jig here. As you can see here, this is his candle, so he's latched onto that. Good work, Ryan. Well done, mate. Is that your first squid?
Yeah.
Well, it's great fun catching bait. I love catching bait, these squid, and we've brought out the boys today. I've got Ryan, I've got my son over in the other corner, Brendan, and there's been a few kings caught through this area. So today, hopefully we can get these boys a nice little king each, have a bit of fun, catch some bait, but very easy to do. Now we do have some fresh bait as well. So if you can't catch squid, you always got to have a backup, a plan B. So we've got some nice fresh squid there, and we'll give that a go as well. So, all right, we'll get that in the live well. Very important with your live well, make sure you got a lot of circulating water. Squid need a lot of fresh water, a lot of circulating water. So we'll get that in the live well, and we'll get the jigs back out there. You got one?
Yeah, I got one.
There you go. Well, good work, Brendy. Well, there you go. And that's how simple it can be, you know, just, you know, one squid jig, a small squid jig around that 1.8 to 2.5 size, and cast it out and just slowly retrieve it back in. I like putting a little bit of a jerk on it, like a rip, and then wind the slake in, rip. It's very important when you are squidding, keep the pressure on the line at all times. Now you don't have to rev them in, just a nice constant pressure, and that'll keep that barb attached to the squid. And sometimes you've just got them by one or two barbs, so it's so important. All right, Pete, so here we are at our first fishing spot. We've only travelled about 2 minutes where we were catching the squid. Now we're going to use a downrigger, a great way to catch kingfish, and with using a downrigger you can get your bait right where the fish are.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Places like Pittwater, where there's not a lot of current and the fish are moving around all the time, we can always get these baits straight down to exactly where they are, and it gives us the best chance of being in the strike zone for the longest.
That's right, exactly. Now, as you look at the downrigger, you can see there's a spool there, some line. You've got some braid on that?
Yeah, we've got 200-pound braid that we use on these ones.
Okay. We've got our sinker. Now, just grab that sinker, Pete, because that's a big sinker. As you can see there, they call it a bomb, a downrigger bomb. You use a 10 or 7 pound. We're using 7 in here.
Yeah, inside in here we're using the 7, we're using the round ones. Outside, once we start going along the coast, I tend to use the fish profiles, or the ones that are going to keep the baits tracking a lot closer and with the boat.
Okay, and then our clip, we're not using a traditional pressure clip, we're using just a snap. And with elastic band.
Yeah, that's right. Elastic bands are very cheap to get, and I also find with the elastic bands we can actually load them up a lot harder on the rods.
That's right, and you get a better hookup rate.
A lot better hookup rate when we use the rubber bands for the kings.
All right, we're just about ready to put our bait on, but I just want to show you we're going to use live on one side of the boat and fresh on the other side. And as you can see here, this is a hawksfish squid. You can get this at our fish and hunt store at St Mary's. All right, well I'm going to cut that off, and this is real simple to do. We're just going to cut straight through here and cut it off, and that's one bait straight away. And we'll show you very shortly how to strip as well. But that's our bait. Where's Pete? He's right here somewhere. Now Pete, you're going to put that straight on.
Yes mate, what I do is that there's that little section there where the gut passage used to be. We put the hook into that so that it comes out straight between the two eyes.
Very important to make sure it's in the middle.
That's right, so that it just doesn't do the spinning thing. We don't want it to look like a helicopter as it's travelling around. And with my 2-hook rig that I actually have, I can then come up into the candles and I can put one hook from either of the trebles straight through on the candles, and now we have a very good looking bait for a kingfish.
Yum yum. So yeah, so that's our one bait, and that's ready to go. And what we'll do, we'll grab a live squid out and we'll show you how to rig that as well. Now I reckon it took probably around about 30 seconds of having that squid we caught down, and we've got our first hook up. Just hold it nice and tight, take it steady, no rush. Brendy. Oh, double hook up, the other side's up. I'll get that sorted. All right, Ryan.
Hang on, that's all right.
I can't get it.
You're right, mate. You're right, mate. You're doing well. That's all you have to do. So I'll help you, mate. Just keep on winding. That's all right. Here we go. And there's our kingy. We'll get him on the floor. All right. Well, there you go. In a matter of probably 30 seconds, we got a double hook up on kingies, and it just goes to show, just got that squid, good quality squid, and as we had that live squid, and then we had the head out. So, you know, it's just having that good quality bait can get you some great fish. These are undersized fish, but I don't reckon it's going to be the end. I reckon we'll see a few more coming out of the side. How'd that go, boys?
Good.
Awesome. Good? Well, there you go. Two guys, 9-year-old, having some fun on some kingfish. And guys, you can let these fish go now because they're a little bit undersized. Throw them back in. There goes one. There he goes, off he goes. You know, it's only undersized fish for the guys, and we knew that was going to happen, but there is some bigger fish down there. So, you know, they're around about 60, 55 centimetres. If we can get some 80s, it'd be great. So let's get some more baits out in the water and catch some more fish. Well, I'll tell you what. You on, mate? I'll tell you what, that was just straight over the school. Pete just showed out, Dave. We're coming up to the school, and it took a matter of 10 seconds, not even that. Oh, hang on, one sec. There's another fish. You got the plastic there, Pete? Yep. There's one right next to him. All right, we've got the plastic, and he wasn't taking it, so I'll put a little bit of a strip of squid on there and see if we can entice the other king that's around him. Are you still there, Pete? All right, we'll see if we can hook him. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, dropped it. He got that. Well, we'll get these fish in. It's chaos at the moment. As you said, the first one was crazy. Within a couple of seconds, we had another one, and again we went back over the reef, and we got another fish. Brendan just got his first one, and then my little Brendan got one as well. How was that, mate?
Good. Very hard.
Very hard. You enjoyed that?
Yeah.
Great. Well, there you go. So much fun. I know they're not the monster fish that, you know, you like to get, but at the moment, we're having so much fun, and the day's not over yet, guys. So let's get some more baits out in the water and get some more fish. All right, here we go again. And I'll get this fish in. I thought I'd better go and pull a fish in. The boys have been pulling a few in. Not a real big fish, but still a bit of fun. It's very tempting at this stage to start tightening drags up. Pete and myself have set these drags for around that 3 to 4 kilo mark. We know they're not giant kings. The worst you can do is start tightening drags. Let the fish go, you know, where he'll wear himself out, and that's what the drag's for. So you just start cranking drags up, you end up, one, you can snap the line, snap the rod, or pull a hook out of the fish's mouth. So they just don't give up, do they, Pete? They fight all the way to the boat. And this, you know, anyone asks me what's my favourite fish, I always say, you know, it's the kingfish, because it is an amazing fish. Doesn't give up. Oh, I reckon he maybe, but I reckon he may be under. Oh, you want to chuck him in the net?
63.
There you go. All right, we'll get that fish in.
64 and a tiny bit.
You know, years ago they were 60 and he was a keeper, but we've got to, you know, do the right thing. And if it's, even though it's under probably about, you know, 0.5 millimetre or 2 millimetres, it's still not a legal fish, so it has to go back in the water. So this is where this beautiful fish is going to go. So let's get him back in the drink. So, mate.
Bye.
And off he goes.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Now I'm going to show you how to strip a squid. It's pretty easy. Here's our squid here. This is a local squid caught in the Hawkesbury River just around the corner. The first thing we'll do, we'll cut the head off. That's one bait. So we've got our one bait here that's ready to go. All right, so we'll put that aside. So we've got our strip, or our body of our squid. We're going to take these flaps off. What we'll do, we'll peel back that membrane. So we'll peel that back like so. Pretty easy to do. So there's our beautiful white flesh. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to cut this straight down the centre. Don't go too hard, we only want to catch one side, so straight through like that. And then you see the cartilage, we've got the cartilage here of the squid, so we're going to pull that out. If we pull that all out, a lot of the guts and that will come out as well. And then we'll pull that out like so, throw that away. That's a bit more burly out there for our kingies. Now we've got a beautiful piece of white squid flesh here. We're going to cut that down, and that's going to give us 2 strips. Now we're going to cut some tentacles into it. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that gives us some tentacles. So when that's being towed behind the back of the boat, that's going to flick around and it's going to look like a real squid. Now we're going to use a 2-hook rig as we're using today. So one will go right in the back here up the top, and the second one will be in the bottom. So if a kingfish comes up from the back, he's going to be hooked. If he comes in from the side, he's going to be hooked. So, but if you don't want to use a 2-hook rig, I'd probably make this little strip a little bit smaller and then just use a single hook. Cross my fingers, touch wood. We'll see another kingy come on board very shortly. Oh! He's on, he's on. Go for it, Brent.
Kingy.
Go, mate.
Kingy.
Beautiful. Good work, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, Brendan. Well, there you go, mate. Not the legal king, but there's a few down there. So it looked like we had that, like I just said before, we had that little bit of a dry spell for half an hour, 40 minutes or so, whatever it was, and they just went totally off the bite, and we had that tide change. So now we've got flowing water again, where the top of that tide, the water stops moving, and I reckon everything just shuts down. So we've got moving water again, and we just seem to be getting bite after bite now.
Yeah, nice to see them come back on the bite, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. Right, mate, well, hopefully we'll get one to take home for dinner.
Indeed, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, get him back in. That's it, over Pete. Hey. Well, he realised he's hooked. All right.
Bring that one over this side.
There you go. There you go.
Send to the boat. Send to the boat.
There you go. Little king. Not legal.
That is nowhere near legal.
You gotta be careful, got these hooks. Brendan, just walk backwards for me, mate, so I can put this fish on the floor. We put a towel over his head. Look at that, they settle right down. So always good to have some sort of cloth or rag with you. Then you can get that hook out, get that fish back in the water and play it safe. So now push on their body, so push a bit of weight on there just in case he does jump, and we'll unhook that. Like so. Okay, that's out of the way, everything's nice and safe. And there's our king that Brendan wants to let go. You got him?
Yeah.
Hold him up in the camera. Well done, mate, good work.
Yeah.
All right, throw him back in.
Okay.
Throw him around that way. Big throw, big toss out. And off he goes like a rocket. Well done. Oh, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. All right, we had a whole cuttlefish on this one, so I was hoping to get a bigger king with that bigger bait, and he's not really pulling hard at the moment, but I'll guarantee as soon as he sees my ugly mug, it'll be off like a rocket. There you go. You know, like I say, you know, they're only small fish, but God, they pull so hard. Get that downrigger up so it's out of the way. Very important to, you know, especially with downriggers, if you do have a fish, get that downrigger up straight away, because they'll get hooked up straight around the downrigger and around the bomb, and you'll lose your fish. So there he is in the water. Not a giant fish, but look at the kings behind him. See Brendan, one right behind him. I've had no luck on the heads. I've had few hits on the stick bait. I'll just put a bit of a weight on there, but I think we've stirred them up enough. They've just gone off that plastic a bit, and I mean that's you know, the king I just hooked up, and we've just kept him over the side, and that attracted a lot of the other kingfish. So what we'll do, we'll put some more strips on again. It's just weird, like, you know, you think the kings are there, they're eating, but they just won't hit. They've hit this, but they just won't swallow it all the way. So they're just a little bit finicky. Other times you just put out a bit of squid or whatever, and they'll just smash the hell out of it. So, all right, get him back in, Pete. Beautiful. There you go, we're starting to win him now. He's coming in.
Whoa.
All right, here we go, here we go. You right, Bren?
No, I can't.
Oh, yes you can. Pump it out. Watch out, Pete. Dangerous fishing. You all right, mate? It's getting dangerous there. Right, so you go down, wind down, and then pull up. There you go. All right. All right, there you go. All right, that's beautiful. Just hold that there, mate. You can hold that fish. We'll get Ryan's, and we'll get a photo of you two together, eh? Great fun for the kids. Just perfect. You know, these are, well, they're not big, but they're great fun, aren't they?
They are great fun, mate. Like you say, you know, when you've got the smaller kids around the place, and they want to, these are giant fish for small kids.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And you see how hard that pulled. You nearly pull him in the water.
Well, that's right. And if we start going down in the gears and more zing in the line, well then,
Yeah.
you know, it depends on how badly they want to see them or not.
Yeah, exactly. All right, mate. Well, you hold that one. So underneath there, hold him really tight on the tail. So on the tail, got the tail?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll get Ryan's fish in.
More.
Well, there you have it. Two great kingfish. Not, you know, I say great because they are great fighting. Boys, you've had fun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on there. All right, we'll see if we can get a double hook up, Bren.
I hope so, mate. Good fun. Today.
Come on, Brendo. Get us a legal fish. Fillets for dinner. All right, bring him around. Bring him around, push it, just push him around. That's it, that's it. All right, here we go. Oh, Brendo, it's close, but I think it might be just 2 centimetres under.
Looks a bit small, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'll get that hooked out. We'll measure him up, just give him the benefit of the doubt, just in case. You never know.
You could be lucky.
And hang on, we'll get these hooks out.
He looks legal.
Okay, and let's measure him up. And he is, look at that, 64.1 or something like that. So, Pete, what are you doing to us, mate? Right, well, you know, and that's the thing. I mean, look, another 12 months, these will be a lot bigger. There's going to be a lot more. It's great to see a healthy fisheries. This is a healthy fisheries. Anytime you see juvenile fish, that means there's healthy stocks out there, and they will get bigger. All right, well, let's get this fish back in the water. Or do you want a photo with it, or you're fine, mate?
I think we'll let him go, mate.
We'll let him go?
Next time.
All right, see you later, buddy. And off he goes. So here we are, boys, back on dry land. It's a little bit windy now, so it's good to be off the water. Now, today was a fantastic day. We got, what, 15 kings? Ryan, you got a good little snapper you're going to have for dinner tonight?
Yeah, we're going to fry it up.
You're going to fry it up? Beautiful. But all in all, look, we didn't get the big kings we were after, but you can look by the smiles on their face. They've had a great day's fishing. What was your biggest, Brent?
64.5 centimetres.
64.5, and I think Brendan as well, the bigger Brendan, he got a 64.5 as well. But all in all, it was just a great day. Get out there, have some fun with the kids, show you some techniques, how to strip, how to use whole squid, and the boys caught a couple of squid as well. So it was a great day fishing, and anyone can experience this. Give Harbour and Estuary Fishing Charters a call, and Peter Blanc is a great bloke and he'll get you some great fish. Jump on our website and click on the link at hooktv.com.au. Guys, I'm a bit buggered now. I reckon we go home, eh?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. I hope you enjoyed the show. We've had a great time. I'll see you next week somewhere around Australia.
That water makes it clear to see that fishing's just like therapy. The worries of the world all just drift away when I'm out here fishing for the day. So if I hook a big one or I hook a small one, I'm hooked on fishing again.